When it comes to reading, I have a love-hate relationship to an actual physical book. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the feeling of a physical book and the ability of just reading on a book in general. It feels wonderful. But nothing has ever beaten my Kindle. Ever. So in today's video, I just really wanted to make a video talking about some reasons on why you should get a Kindle. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the first point. This might be the solution to get you started on reading. And I wanted to start out this video by talking about my main reason for why I think you should get a Kindle, and that is you might actually start enjoy reading for good if you get a Kindle. The longest time I admired those people when I was younger that could just fly through books so easily, and they had a huge book collection and I could not even read a couple pages. It was super difficult for me to read. I definitely read a bit when I was younger, but I just remember I didn't read as much as I actually wanted to because I had such a hard time reading a physical book. And while the people I admired was reading 10 million books a day and I was playing video games and watching YouTube videos, which by the way there's nothing wrong about, but like I feel like as soon as I got the Kindle, it completely took away some of these like minor issues that was really holding me back from reading. And yes, of course, I still needed like that momentum to read, like I still needed to sit my ass down and read, but the Kindle just took away all of these minor issues that were really bothering me. This is quite an obvious one, but instant access to any book you want. We all probably know that if you have a Kindle, you can get any book whenever you want. Like I really just love being able to get a book recommendation from somebody and just being able to purchase it straight away. Like it's so wonderful that I can just, my friend can just recommend me a book and I can go buy it immediately and start reading it. In comparison to if I read more on physical books, I would either have to rent the book on the library, I would have to go to a physical store to buy it. There's the chance they don't have the book in a physical store, so I have to buy it online. It could be sold out online. You don't have to deal with those issues when it's on Kindle because there's like unlimited amounts of books on there. So like if it's sold out everywhere, you can just buy it on the Kindle. That's the easy thing. Also, digital books are just better for the environment. I know technically if we're like perfect, it's actually better to rent books because you know there is something with like digital taking up space and still being bad for the environment. I'm not a scientist on that area, obviously. It's definitely better to read on digital books than physical ones with paper and shit, so yeah. And the next step, the convenience of the Kindle. In my other videos about why I exclusively read on my Kindle, the Kindle just makes everything extremely convenient. I don't have to drag 50 million books with me on vacation. I really love the idea of like I can put my Kindle in the bag and I don't have to worry about it getting ruined in comparison to a book because I'm very sensitive to things being ruined. Just get a cover for a Kindle, please. It scares the living crap out of me when I see someone just chilling with their Kindle without a cover on. Like, oh my god, how is it not scratched? I actually don't know how scratchy it gets. I know some things just get scratched like that, but always get a cover for your Kindle, but that's besides the point. It's just so much more relaxing to have the Kindle than a physical book to drag with you, even if you put it like in your bag and you're scared of it getting ruined or bent or oh, I hate it. This can also go for vacations. I obviously read what book I'm in the mood to read. I'm not gonna read a horror book if I'm not in the mood to read a horror book, and I would rather read a romance book. So it's great, instead of me having to drag like 5-10 books that I maybe want to read, I can just have them all downloaded on my Kindle if I have Kindle Unlimited, or just buy the book straight up. So it's definitely better than having to drag so many books with you on vacation, and it's also gonna take up space, and you also run the risk of them getting ruined in the suitcase or in your bag or whatever. So yeah, definitely great. And my next point, the dictionary and the translator. This might be more convenient if you're not a native English speaker and you generally read books in English, but oh my gosh, when I am reading, especially a non-fiction book, there are usually words I don't fully understand, and it's just so wonderful that I can just press on that word and I will get a dictionary. I don't use the translator as often as the dictionary, but even when I've had struggles understanding the word, the translator is just wonderful for me to be like, oh, that's what the word meant. Like even if I'm just unsure, it's like, what does this word mean? So yeah. And of course this wouldn't be a Kindle video if I didn't mention the highlights feature. While I'm aware of it being a bit nicer and just looking more aesthetic to be tapping in an actual physical book, and it is a bit easier to just like flip through the pages of the book, I definitely love the highlights feature, that you can highlight anything you want, and you can even see if multiple people have highlighted that part of the book, so you're actually highlighting important things in the book. Especially in non-fiction books, it's great to be like, oh, this is actually really important information that people clearly like, so let me just highlight that area. And it's also fantastic because you can take these highlights and you can email them to yourself, and you can add it in something like Notion. And my next point, the font sizing and the progress bar. This is going to all my slow readers out there. When I used to read on physical books and I was in the middle of a chapter, and even if I was enjoying the chapter, I would actually sift through like the last pages to see like how many pages are there left, and then I could make a decision if I actually wanted to finish it. In comparison to the feature that is on the Kindle, is where it will actually show you how many minutes are left of that. So if you're not really in the mood to finish a chapter, because sometimes books has huge chapters, which by the way, why? I don't get it, but it's so nice. It will actually say like, oh, there's 20 minutes left of this chapter, there's 30 minutes left, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. So you're gonna be like, I can read for 2 more minutes, it's fine. And then you might continue with the next chapter because it's like, oh, only 5 minutes, only 10 minutes, I can read another chapter. Great strategy, instead of having to sift through those pages and be like, oh, I still have 5 more pages to read. When there's 5 pages, it's only gonna take you like 3 minutes or something. So that's really great. And obviously being able to change the font size is huge for me. You can make the font size extremely small, so it actually feels more like an actual page in a book. So especially on the Kindle, sometimes you need to drift through multiple pages to actually get to a page. If you don't like that, you can make the font size smaller, so that page is 1 page instead of you having to go through 3 pages to actually get to that page. And it's also wonderful for people with impaired vision. If you really enjoy reading but your vision is impaired for some reason, you can make the text extremely big so it suits your needs, like you can do on a phone. And on the Kindle you can actually have a little setting. So in your right bottom corner, you can actually add like a percentage bar. So how you're gonna do that is you're gonna click at the top of the screen and you're gonna click on the little AA symbol. You're gonna click on more, and then you're gonna click on the reading progress and you select show page in book. And this will automatically make the percentage show up on the right bottom corner of your screen. And also another cool feature, if you press on the page number, it will change how much time you have left in the chapter, and then how much time you have left in the book overall, and then something called log number, which I don't know exactly what that means. And if you click one last time, it will completely go away. And one last thing I really enjoy, if you click on the top of the book again and get the menu up, at the bottom of the screen it will actually tell you what page you're on, along with how much time you have left in the chapter. So if you're like on the page and you don't want to scroll through all the way to see how much time you have left in the book, you can just click that and be like, oh, I just have 2 minutes left of the book. Great, wonderful. So that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that video. And if you did, maybe you want to check out this other video I made about how getting a Kindle changed my life. You never know. Remember to be kind to yourself and others, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!